What happens when we forgive? When we forgive, we will be forgiven. And when we give, it will be given to us. I want you to close your eyes and let's take a few deep breaths together. Come, Holy Spirit. God, we welcome your presence to be with us. We ask, God, that you would set apart our imagination. God, that you would speak to us during this time. God, that you would be present here with us. Come, Holy Spirit. I want you to imagine that you have a lemonade stand. Actually, it's sort of like a lemonade stand, but you aren't selling lemonade. You're selling flour. That's right, flour. The white stuff used for baking cakes and bread. But it isn't just any flour. It's not like the flour that you buy in the store. It's kind of like a magic flour. This flour bakes the best breads and the best cakes in the world. This flour is very rare, that when it's baked into bread, it makes the best tasting and the most nutritious bread that has ever been invented. I want you to imagine that that's what you're selling at your stand. And imagine that your flower stand is on the corner near your home, or maybe at the side of the road. And you have giant bags of this magic flour behind you, and a giant bag right near you where you take a measuring cup and you scoop out the flour for your customers, just like that. So imagine that in your imagination. You take a big scoop of flour and you scoop it out onto your customer's plate or into a bag. And there's a line of people waiting to buy flour from you. Your neighbors, your friends, your teachers from school are there, the bus driver. Who else can you imagine that would come and buy some flour? There are many people waiting in line to buy your flour, and as each person approaches your flour stand, you take a big scoop out some flour, and you put it into a bag. And there's one person in line who looks a little tired. Their clothes are a little tattered, and they seem really sad. Imagine this person waiting in line. And now it's their turn to buy flour from you. And they're carrying a bowl, and they ask you to put some flour into their bowl, even though they don't have any money. They're asking you to give it to them for free. And they say to you, I don't have any money to buy flour to feed my family. Can you give me some flour for free? What would you do? Everyone in line has paid for their scoop of flour, but this person wants it to be free. How do you feel about giving it away? And you can tell that this person is hungry. It seems like they haven't eaten bread in quite some time. So imagine what that kind of person would look like in your imagination. So they're standing there with a bowl in their hand, waiting for you to scoop out some magic flour for them. And I want you to imagine taking your scoop and reaching deep into your bag of magic flour. You pull the scoop up with flour and you shake the scoop a little to make sure that you get as much flour in the scoop as you can. Can you imagine doing that? You're just about to pour the scoop into the bowl when you have an idea. If you press the flour down, you might be able to get just a little bit more into the scoop. So imagine now that you take your scoop and you press the flour down with your hand, which allows you to get a little more flour into your scoop. And the scoop is now overflowing with flour. And you smile at the person who wants this flour for free, and you pour the scoop of flour into their bowl, and they smile back. And they say thank you. And you are happy that you gave the magic flour away. There's something about giving it away that makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. And this person is leaving, but you tell them to wait. And you take your scoop again and you scoop out another giant scoop of magic flour. You shake the cup one more time to make room. You press down the flour into the cup to make more room. And you scoop up some more until the scoop is running over with flour. And again, you pour the flour into this person's bowl. 2 giant scoops of free magic flour. You have been generous. So this is how Jesus says that we are to give. And forgiveness is like a gift that we give to somebody that has hurt us. This is what it looks like to forgive others generously. Jesus says to us, forgive and you will be forgiven. Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For the measure that you give will be the measure that you get back. I want to read that again. So just close your eyes and let the scriptures come into your imagination. Jesus says this, forgive and you will be forgiven. Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure that you use, it will be measured to you. The same way that you give will be the way that others give to you when it comes to forgiveness. So with your eyes still closed, I want you to imagine now that you are the one who needs some free magic flour. Imagine that you are standing there with a bowl and someone scoops out 2 large scoops of magic flour. Imagine someone filling up your bowl. Imagine that they are generous. What does it feel like to have someone give to you so generously? What does that feel like? Forgiveness means that we can have peace with God. And forgiveness means that God welcomes anyone. And forgiveness means that God takes away our sin. Forgiveness means that we can forgive the sins of others. And forgiveness, when we forgive, we will be forgiven. When we give, it will be given to us.